Let's go to the sideline and check in with our sideline reporter, Maya MacDonald.
We're back here in Lundholm Gymnasium where the 3-5 New Hampshire Wildcats look to defend their home court against the 1-6 Central Connecticut Blue Devils. Last season, the Blue Devils were defeated by the Wildcats in their home court by nearly 20 points. The Wildcats look to ride their momentum, bringing home back-to-back wins after an upset win against Northeastern on Wednesday. That was led by the three-point shooting of Avery O'Connor and a solid defense that saw Gomez pull down 15 rebounds. After speaking with Coach Kelsey Hogan yesterday, her confidence is high. With struggling to put points up in a game, Coach Hogan has patiently waited for her team's ability in practice to translate over into games. And when facing off against Northeastern, it finally did. With Avery O'Connor knocking down 4 threes, she and the Wildcats were able to set the tone of the game early. Looking to enter in Coach Hogan's words, attack mode. Once again, the Wildcats look to throw the first punch, building energy early and getting to that free throw line. You know, your focus today was getting to that free throw line. How do you think that's going so far?
I think we're doing a good job, but I think we can do even better, honestly, especially even off those offensive rebounds, being able to go through somebody and finish through. I think we're still fading a little bit with the contact, so that's going to be even a big emphasis for us going into the third quarter.
So coming back after half, what do you want your team's overall response to be?
I want us to continue to control just the momentum of the game.
We are back in Lundholm Gymnasium to kick off the second half of the season with a rival border battle between the New Hampshire Wildcats and the Maine Black Bears. With both teams entering into the heat of conference play, Maine will be looking to top the leaderboard as they are currently tied with UAlbany, as UNH is just hoping to just climb out of the basement. Coming off of 2 losses in a row, the Wildcats hope that their winning record at home continues against a well-oiled Maine machine that has run into some hiccups on the road. With the Wildcats missing captain Kenzie Madalones due to a leg injury, UNH will have to rely on a team effort in order to take down what UNH head coach Kelsey Hogan calls the most competitive team in the conference. Without Madalones, Coach Hogan stressed that in order for UNH to win tonight, they will need to pick up their tempo and mix up their defense. After speaking with head coach Kelsey Hogan yesterday, she is more than determined going into today's game and just waiting for her team to start playing with the confidence that they show in practice and hoping that it shows up into today's game. Now, Coach Hogan says she hasn't had teams that is able to shoot the 3, but is more than confident that this team has that ability and they just haven't shown their consistency yet against their opponents. With the Huskies averaging 62 points per game, today would be a good time for UNH to get their 3-point game working. And in head coach Hogan's words, unleash their attack mode. You knew this was going to be a battle. What was your game plan going to tonight?
It's just trying to, again, get our young ladies just back to being honestly confident scoring threats. We're seeing some good shooting production coming from us, and I keep harping at them every day at practice, it's going to come, it's going to click, because we're seeing it at practice. Now we're seeing it this first half. We just got to keep it more collectively, too, consistently coming into that second half as well.
Going off of that confidence, I feel like I talked to you yesterday about shooting your threes, and Avery O'Connor is doing just that. What are your thoughts?
I'm so proud of her, too, because you know what? She's been in a little bit of a slump, but you're seeing what she's capable of, for sure.
All right, well, thank you so much. With the Huskies weakened by a lack of depth, head coach Edwards Lloyd is leaning on senior guard Darren Erdwan for some much-needed stability out on the court. Now, she knows it can be challenging playing multiple roles, but learning to manage this will only benefit her in the future as a player. With being down a few players, the Huskies are still looking to match UNH's intensity and bring a win back to Boston. We're back here in Lundholm Gymnasium for a good old Granite State matchup between the University of New Hampshire and Dartmouth College. These two teams last saw each other back in 2022, where the Wildcats ultimately defeated Dartmouth by only 3 points. Now, that was at Dartmouth. Today, the Wildcats look to defend their home turf in what is always a tough matchup between these two teams. With both teams coming back from a break for Thanksgiving, it will be an exciting game, crediting some thanks to a little holiday rejuvenation. With Dartmouth officially hitting rock bottom last year, the 2022-23 season marked their first winless conference play in over 40 years. Now, after finishing with a winning record over at St. Francis Brooklyn, head coach Linda Cimino accepted the head coaching position over at Dartmouth in hopes to turn their program around. And after 19 straight losses, she did. With Dartmouth's first win against Keene State, head coach Cimino wants to keep building, bringing home another one. She is thankful for this opportunity as she has truly worked her way up and, in her words, didn't skip any steps. You know, congratulations on the win tonight. What are your main takeaways from the game?
Well, we have to learn how to win, and we did that today, and I'm just so proud of them, the total team effort. Coach Rob did an incredible job with his scout, and Doreen really showed up defensively on the glass, and Tori's incredible fourth quarter performance. So I'm so proud and so happy right now.
You know, you really battled for the lead late in the second half. What fight did you see for your team in order to clinch the win? Before the game, I spoke to head coach Hogan about missing captain Kenzie Madalones to a torn right ACL. Now, after spending her entire sophomore season recovering from her left ACL, Kenzie is missed out on this court. Starting off the 2023-24 season strong, being elected as captain and leading the team in minutes, head coach Hogan is now looking to freshmen Maggie Kavanaugh and Breezy Williams to step up, put a stop to turnovers, and focus on playing consistent basketball. Head coach Hogan was happy to share that Madalones is 2 weeks post-op, and although isn't physically out on the court, is still highly involved and is now an inspirational leader for her team from the sideline. It's definitely been a tough couple of games for you, so what are you seeing from your team that's really working tonight?
I think there's our toughness and our grit right now, and this is something I feel like I haven't seen with this group on a consistent basis, so I'm really excited. Never mind the defensive end, we're really moving, flowing off each other, getting deflections, which I was really happy about, and honestly, making sure that we clean up the boards.
And we talked yesterday about Kavanaugh and Williams really stepping up, so how do you think they're doing so far in this first half?
They're doing really well.
I'm Maya MacDonald, and next to me I have Kenzie Madalones. You know, you played your freshman year, you spent last year recovering from an ACL injury, and this year you're stepping back onto the court as a captain. How does it feel to be back?
It feels amazing, especially
in honor of senior night. The Wildcats fought hard to keep the musket where it belongs for another year, bringing home the final win of the 2023 season. See you next year for the annual Blue versus White game. For Wildcat Productions, I'm Maya MacDonald, and happy Thanksgiving. For Wildcat Productions, I'm Maya MacDonald. For Wildcat Productions, I'm Maya MacDonald.